Everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today, got a special video for you guys. We're going to be doing a tour of a Strongman garage gym. So if you've been following my channel for any period of time, you'll know that right now I don't actually have a garage gym. My garage gym is packed up in a barn in Ohio. Thank God I have people that care about me and are willing to take me in. And today we're going to be taking a quick walk through a garage gym here in Texas that I get to train at while I am in between houses. We're going to go over all of the equipment in the gym. We're going to go over where he got it from. One of the special things about Ricky's gym here is that he has bought almost nothing new. So he is the king of used equipment. He has spent very little money compared to how much equipment that he actually has.
So, name Ricky. I go by Ricky, Enrique Infante. I currently work for the Air Force as a curriculum development manager. Spent 14 years in the Air Force. Job brought me back down here as an instructor, and it's where I met up Mike Badalino from Cardinal Strength and picked up. That's kind of where the journey began with Strongman. So during active duty, obviously getting ready for PT tests and things like that. I always loved training with weights just because coming up as an athlete growing up, there was a lot of, but it was more concerned, like Texas style method, especially during high school. And then into a little bit of bodybuilding style, obviously not knowing what I was doing, everything from the magazines. Probably one of the best things I did was get with a group of people that had a set goal. I think I had an interview or a podcast with Simeon, our mutual friend, that asked what got me into it, what did I see. It's like getting with a group of people or having a specific goal, like getting ready for meet, like we're getting ready for a 2021 Nationals, USS Strongman Nationals, right? So having a set goal, the training methodology is a lot different than just, hey, let's train to get strong, or hey, let's train to lose weight. Hey, having that end goal gives you a little bit more motivation than just, I want to get in shape, because really and truly, what does get in shape mean? So what pushed me here essentially was COVID last year, 100%. My brother-in-law had moved back here to town from Tennessee, and he brought his equipment down with him. He didn't have the space in his place just across town, so he brought a lot of the stuff here. And from then on, it was kind of like slowly separating myself away from the gym on base. I hadn't trained in a commercial gym consistently in almost 3 years, I think. As we all know, when COVID hit off, buying new stuff was extremely difficult. So that's where kind of piecing things together from here and there. And luckily, a lot of the iron I had from my brother-in-law helped a lot, which was like one of the hardest things to find was just iron specifically.
So like what value does your garage gym have in your life?
It's for me, it has a lot to do with my actual mental health, a lot, because my wife actually lives 2 hours north from here, so I only get to see her and my kids every couple hours. So most of it, so a lot of it I think was from Coach and from my brother-in-law. Like the platforms were originally my brother-in-law's with a different rack. The rack was Coach's, dumbbells, and then I think the only actual new stuff that I have are the handles from MB Power Center from Mike Bardos, and a Ohio Power Bar. Everything else I'm 100% sure is used by somebody somewhere. My dumbbells range from, I think the lightest one I have is 35, which are like iron, and then the heaviest one is the 120, which are the rubber ones. So I think it's taken about a year to get to where I'm at right now. So when trying to put a garage gym together, I think the most important thing you got to take into consideration is, what are your goals? What are you trying to do? If you're just trying to like train every once in a while, do you really want to spend, $5 grand on the gym? If you actually want to be competitive, well, how competitive do you want to be? Do you want to, again, still, if you have a budget, go out there, shop, look around. If you have expendable money, if I had any type of like extra money, of course I'd buy new, but I don't have that right now. So I've been blessed to having great friends that have been able to hook me up with stuff. Buy what you can buy, what's important to you. Is a $500 bench going to work for you, or is a $300 bar going to be better for you? What are you going to get more benefit out of? I think that's one of the most important things. And if you're just, again, training just to train and just for your own well-being, I think it's smart to hit up Craigslist, hit up friends that are trying to upgrade their own stuff.
All right, so we're going to go over just kind of the general dimensions of the garage. First off, this is a 20 by 20 foot garage. And as you can see, the whole garage is not necessarily the gym. It's actually about half the garage is the gym. So here in Texas, we get a lot of weather, we get a lot of hail. So one of the things that Ricky wanted to do is he wanted to make it so that he could pull his vehicle into the garage in the event that there's some sort of storm. So here's an example of one gym that has a ton of equipment that actually doesn't require the entire space to be a gym. What we do have in here though is we have 3 actual platforms. So we have the first platform over here, which is a 4x8, and this is made out of 3 3/4 inch pieces of plywood, basically stacked together, sandwiched. And then we have the main platform, which is a 8x8, 4x8 piece of plywood down the middle with horse stall mats on each side. And then on this side as well, it's just basically an extension of this side, where it's the exact same thing for 4x8 dimension. And originally this wasn't intended to be in this facility, so this was kind of repurposed. Everything in the gym basically starts at the platform and then it goes to the rack. And here we have a Titan. This is a T3 power rack. Now this is an older version of a T3. Ricky actually bought this from Chrono Strength, which is tagged down below. Go ahead and follow their Instagram. And when the pandemic started, Mike was already in the midst of getting a new Monster Series rack, which you can click up here and you can watch the assembly on that. And Ricky bought the rack. The T3 6 post consists of basically 4 posts of workable space, and then of course the plate storage on the side. Most of the plates came from his brother-in-law, but some of them have just been something collected over time. One of the things that Ricky's been really good at is paying attention to when either people are updating their home gym, people are updating commercial facilities. He's able to get in there and actually get these plates. And you can see he actually has some GPI plates, as well as some just traditional Olympic standard steel plates. And again, it's a mix between his brother-in-law, who sometimes trains here, and things that Ricky just kind of finds, stumbles across. Now with the Titan T3 rack, you also have some of the attachments that he has here. So he has a Spud Inc. brand pulley system, which again is just, it's kind of a funny story. You buy this Spud Inc. pulley system from like Rogue Fitness or from whoever you buy it from. And when you come here and you get it in and you look, it actually was made in Wichita Falls, Texas, which is where we pretty much currently are. So he does have 2 sets of J-cups on this. So he has the Titan standard J-cups. There is a little bit of damage, of course. This is older Titan stuff. He actually says he prefers these J-cups because they tilt back. Makes it easier to get into a position to unrack the weights from the same spot every single time. I actually gave him a pair of my old J-cups from my yoke. So I have a Y1 yoke. I never really used the J-cups with it. And so I gave him an old set of my J-cups because again, his UHMW plastic was cracking. And then just like a weird little thing, it's just a thing in my head. I hate it when J-cups. So this one swings out. This is the Rogue one. And this one swings out. And when you buy the ones from Titan, this one swings out and this one swings in. So just one of those little OCD things. I don't have OCD necessarily, but it just bothered me that everything swung the same way. When you do lifts with bars like the Duffalo bar, for instance, you need the J-cups to be able to go the same direction because you have to have both of them come into the rack. All right, so to have a good garage gym, you have to have a platform, you gotta have a power rack, got those 2 things here. We also have to have barbells. So we have, of course, what gym isn't complete without an Easy Curl bar, just generic branded old Easy Curl bar. We also have a Titan Fitness. This is just a hybrid bar. I actually can't find any information on this bar, but you can see it has the hybrid knurl marks as well as a knurl on the center. That's actually the same as on the outside. Then we have, of course, the Rogue Ohio Power Bar. This is a black zinc coating on it. Of course, that's probably one of the best barbells you can get for the money. And this is also the only barbell that he has that is brand new to him. So like he bought this from Rogue when it came in stock. He was like one of the first people to hit the buy now button, actually get to the cart and check out before it disappeared. We also have a MB Power Center Foo Bar, which if you've never used a Foo Bar, you don't know what you're missing out on. This is an earlier version of the Foo Bar, so you can see he has his own marks in the bar to help line up. Mike Bartos took a lot of feedback from the field from his first couple runs of the Foo Bar. And now when you buy a Foo Bar, it's actually got a cut-in knurl point, and you can see that review up here. We also have a Titan Fitness axle bar, weighs 30 pounds. It's a solid axle bar. Of course, you can make your own DIY if you wanted to, or you can just buy it from Titan if it's available. Next to that, he has just like this little 5-pound bar. And this is kind of a cool bar. It's got 3D printed sleeves. And this is just when Rick's kids are around and they want to come out and they want to lift some weights with Ricky. They can, of course, come out here, lift weights, have fun. And that's one of the things I think that a lot of parents, a lot of dads and moms out there that have kids, it's one of the things they really love about having a garage gym is that it kind of promotes those healthy behaviors in your children early on. And then, of course, next to that, we have this multi-grip bar. This is a really cool multi-grip bar. It's a local fabricated. I'll try to tag the fabricator down below if I can find it, but it has 1.9-inch handles going all the way through, and it's just a really solid bar. But we also, of course, are in a Strongman gym, so of course we have a couple other specialty bars as well. This is a 12-inch log bar. This is made by someone named Bob Neep. If I can find his Instagram, I'll also tag it down below. And it's just a really solid, and I mean like really solid log bar. It's made out of some thick material as well. So if you look at the side here, this has got to be like 3/16, maybe a little thinner, but not too much thinner. So here, this is actually a really special log bar here. This sat in the back of Chrono's Strength up on the jerk blocks. It would get busted out for like special occasions and such. And Ricky, of course, has it here in his gym now. Made in July of 2009, and it is one of the original Strongman logs that Steve Slater would make. Steve Slater probably makes the best Strongman logs, arguably best Strongman logs in the world. And of course, Ricky's got one here. Ricky had mentioned that he has like these 35-pound dumbbells. And again, most of these just come from gyms, you know, as they upgrade their weights. A lot of times, if you're the first person in line, the first person to get to the gym, you're the one who gets to get first crack at the dumbbells, first crack at a lot of that stuff. So it pays to really get to know your people, get to know people around you, gyms around you, and kind of just keep your ear to the ground on when things are going to become available. We have the circus dumbbell, same guy. Made by the same guy, Mr. Neep, who made the log. This is a shot-loaded one, so you can see the fill port here. And you just load this thing up with shot. Right now it's loaded up, I think, to like 120 pounds or so. Not really ideal for training because you can't switch between weights really easy, but not that big of a deal. Then, of course, we have the MB Power Center farmer handles. These are the economy farmer handles. Super awesome. You can actually watch the review if you click up here. And then, of course, a keg. And again, you can take any keg spear out. Don't steal the keg. Try to actually buy the keg. And also, paying your deposit doesn't mean that you actually bought the keg. Little insider tip for you guys. Stop stealing from breweries. Outside of that, it's just, he's got his Titan crash pads here. A little bit of wall art. We have the Chrono Strength poster, some Massonomics stuff. And then, of course, what Texas Garage Gym wouldn't be complete without horns, as well as maybe some t-shirts from competitions that you've done in the past. On top of that, we just got some conditioning stuff. So we have an old school Airdyne. These old school Airdynes are pretty cool. They're a little bit loud, but overall they're pretty cool, especially since I'm pretty sure they just don't die. I'm pretty sure they never die. The display might stop working, but the bike itself will never die. So outside of that, it's pretty much just a Rogue Matador, a Titan bench that I forgot to mention earlier. So this is just the Titan Fitness flat bench, and it works just fine for this garage gym. Honestly, a bench is a bench is a bench. There's good, better, best, and that's a good bench. Rogue Infinity Matador attachment. The reason that we had to go with the Rogue Infinity in this gym was because if you buy the new Titan Fitness Matador attachment for the T3 racks, it actually doesn't fit on the older models because you have to have the holes on this side going all the way down. and the older ones don't have the holes going all the way down. So we had to switch to the Rogue for that. On top of that, he's got some grip work items, and that's where we start to get into a lot of the DIY. So of course, any Strongman gym, if you don't have an Iron Mind Rolling Thunder, I don't think you quite qualify as a Strongman gym yet. This is a hub replica grip tool, and this is made out of an old aircraft part. So one of the advantages of being a civil servant, sometimes you end up dumpster diving and finding yourself an aircraft part, and you can use this to load and use it like a hub, as well as a simple loading pin. So you can buy these for like $25 from Titan or Rogue, or you can just make it out of some pipe from Home Depot. This one weighs 2 pounds, probably only costs like $6 or $7 to actually make. And honestly, for the amount of weight you're gonna be pulling, I really think that you're gonna be just fine with the DIY version. All right, so lastly, that kind of brings us to cost. So we have this whole gym back over here. This entire gym probably cost a grand total. We had to kind of spitball when Ricky and I were talking about how much he had actually spent in his gym, and we're thinking that he's probably towards the $2,500 point. Now, there are some amazing steals in here. Of course, that Slater log. If you know anything about Strongman logs, good luck touching a Slater log for under $1,000. So Ricky did get lucky with some of this stuff, but a lot of it, you just have to be smart. You don't have to buy new. You don't have to buy Rogue. You don't have to buy Sorenex. You don't have to buy that top of the line stuff. At the end of the day, it's all about getting strong. So if a Titan T3 rack works, if you don't mind having a Titan barbell, a Titan bench, maybe that's the way to go. At the end of the day, it's about having the garage gym, about having the ability, the access, the convenience. And all right, that's been Ricky's garage gym tour. I appreciate you guys watching. To you guys that watch every single week, thank you so much. Your views, your comments, your likes, they are what keep me coming back and making these videos every single week, and I appreciate each and every single one of you. Remember, when it comes to your garage gym, you should always make it better, awesome, and of course, badass. I'll see you next time.